Live now to Montreal, here is the Prime Minister addressing reporters on the final day of the Liberal cabinet retreat.
À travers le pays, l'allocation canadienne aux enfants qui fait une grosse différence, de l'aide pour les aînés qui s'en vient avec les soins dentaires,
help for seniors is coming with dental
on est là pour continuer
care for vulnerable seniors. We'll continue to invest in
challenging times right
people.
now. People are squeezed between the cost of groceries and rents and all the challenges they're facing. That's why we've continued to step up with concrete ways to support Canadians, whether it's the range of measures from bringing childcare fees down to investing in more money through the climate action incentive, through the child care, the Canada Child Benefit, or the support we're bringing to families with greater dental care as it rolls out for seniors right now. We're there to support people through these tough times with real programs and real work that's delivering for them. We've announced in a couple of weeks we'll hold a national summit on auto theft to go at one of the challenges that's facing Canadians in far too many cities across the country. But we're also spending time this week leaning in on a number of big issues. We had a panel on the economy with a focus on how the middle class is doing and how we can make sure that people continue to see a strong and optimistic future for them, for their kids in this country, despite challenging geopolitical and global economic headwinds. That's why hearing from economists, from experts, from a range of folks to look at what really and what more our government can work on to deliver for people in complex and challenging times. We also were invited back members of a panel on housing to look at what we've been able to do over the past 6 months. Tim Richter and Mike Moffat and others were here. They were with us last summer when we launched our significant housing measures that we've been rolling out all fall, and this was an opportunity for us to hear directly from them on what more we can do to continue to tackle the housing challenge across the country. Au niveau du logement, on a pris des actions
housing, we have selected the most ambitious options to counter the housing crisis for generations in Canada. We're very happy to welcome Mayor Marie Plante, not only in Montreal. We can also talk about the other big cities in the Canadian Federation and bigger municipalities to see how the federal government can continue to be a good partner with all levels of government, particularly for the most vulnerable, against homelessness, and continue to invest in a future for our cities across our country where people can see an optimistic future.
We've also talked a lot about the American elections coming up. Canada-U.S. relations are fundamental for the prosperity, well-being of Canadians. We know this is an important election year for the U.S., so we'll be hearing shortly from a panel of experts on Canada-U.S. relations and making sure that we're ready for whatever Americans decide in this coming November. I have asked our Minister of Trade and our Minister of Industry, Mary Ng and François-Philippe Champagne, to lead the Team Canada approach, working with Ambassador Kirsten Hillman, who's here today for the panel, to pull together, as we did a number of years ago, a Team Canada approach, including businesses, entrepreneurs, organized labor, civil society groups, different orders of government, to make sure that we're ready to continue to benefit as Canadians from a strong relationship with the United States. We know there's always challenges whenever there's an American election, but as we have before, we're going to be ready to deal with whatever gets tossed at us and make sure we're defending Canadians' interests and opportunities in this strong relationship. On va parler aujourd'hui.
Today we will talk about our relations with the U.S. and particularly what we should do to prepare for this November's elections in the U.S. And our Ambassador Kirsten Hillman has found a group of experts that will discuss the various challenges we might face. Today's announcement that we're creating a working group with Minister François-Philippe Champagne and Mary Ng, Ministers of Industry and International Commerce, to use the approach that we used several years ago to make sure that business, unions, experts, and various civilian society groups in Canada are well represented at all levels of the government to have a coherent approach to work properly with our American partners, regardless of their decision this fall.
We're in challenging times right now in the world. And that's why it's so important that we have a government that continues to roll up its sleeves and take responsible, serious, steady decisions as we're there to support Canadians now and to build a strong and prosperous future. We know the Conservative Party continues to offer only insults and attacks on one side and cuts to programs that Canadians rely on the other side. That's not what Canadians need. Canadians need a government with a plan, with the capacity and the ability to continue to deliver even in these complex, challenging times, and that's exactly what we're doing. 2024 is going to continue to be a challenging year, but we're also going to see a number of bright spots as we come through the challenges of the past few years, and Canada positions itself with all the advantages we have to lead the way on many, many different fronts at a time where the world is facing real issues and difficulties as well. One thing that we always remember is that Canada is the best country in the world. It's up to us to work hard to make it even better. And that's exactly what we're gathered here in my hometown to do.